This customer's had this car for only one day. They just bought it and already $3,000 in repairs. Let's find out, did they do good on this buy? Let's get started. This is a 2011 Volvo XC90. The customer just bought it from another state and had it brought in. They dropped it off here at the shop here just a couple of days ago and had us do the full inspection. And already we're at $3,000 in repairs. There's no major, huge mechanical things wrong with it, but it's going to be even more expensive than that, I think, by the time we get done. I get a lot of emails of people asking, should I buy this Mercedes ML350, BMW X5, Porsche Cayenne, Range Rover, Volvo XC90. A lot of these cars are out there. They seem really cheap. But once you find you just bought it, just like this customer, you haven't even got to enjoy the car and your repair bill is already mounting really, really high. Let's take a look around this XC90 and find out what's all wrong with it. So right off the bat, we can see the Volvo emblem is gone. It no longer says Volvo in the middle. Both headlights are very, very fogged, so badly that the inside of them is also fogged. There's not much you can do with those. We'll talk about what we're going to do to solve that issue here in a minute. Like most European vehicles, Volvos are known to have headlight washer nozzles, and this one's missing its cover. It just blew off. We're going to see about replacing that. And as we go down this side, it has some nice looking wheels. The tires, though, have seen better days. When we get it on the lift, we'll show you that situation. But they are 18-inch wheels, and the body appears on this side to be in pretty good shape. I don't see any serious rust or dents or dings. As we come around to the back, you can see Danielson already has the tailgate all apart. There's some issues going on there causing the latch not to work. As we go down this side here...
Oh, Wizard, be careful, it's slick right there.
Thanks for the warning, Mrs. Wizard, but I've got my superhuman shoes on today. These are my Rivas work shoes by Brunt, and they make me feel superhuman in the shop. I've got to thank Brunt for their continued support of this channel and for making such great workwear, especially for guys and gals in the field. You know the holidays are right around the corner, and if you're like me, people are asking what I want. I can tell you what I don't want. What I need is workwear that makes me comfortable here at the shop. Luckily, the people at Brunt really understand the unique needs of people that work in the field, factory, or shop. Their line of shoes and boots protect your feet from crazy situations. The soles of these shoes are oil resistant and can handle up to 572 degrees. Ouch. Now that winter is here, I'm needing a lightweight jacket. Their Chevlin hoodie is just what I need here at the shop. This hoodie fits nicely over my uniform, plus it has pockets for my hands and my phone. Having the right clothes makes working so much more enjoyable. Plus, just for the holiday rush, Brunt released limited edition boots and hoodies available this November. Be sure to check out their site. They always sell out fast. Make sure to check out Brunt's lineup. Whether you need a gift for your favorite hardworking person or for yourself, my viewers get $10 off their first purchase today by going to bruntworkwear.com/carwizard10. That's bruntworkwear.com/carwizard10 and use code carwizard10. The link's in the description below. Now let's get back to this Volvo. I really needed this hoodie this morning. It's very cold out, but here in the shop it's nice and warm. So I don't need this right now. Let's go ahead and get this hood open. This is our Volvo 3.2. No, that's not a V6. That's an inline 6, just like you BMW boys like. That's right. A front-wheel drive oriented engine that's an inline 6. Isn't that crazy? You could even get these models with the V8. If you look at our AC compressor over here, it's really strange. It's not at the front of the engine where you would think it would be. It's at the back where the engine bolts to the transmission, and it has its own little belt that goes down to a little pulley to run the AC compressor, which is kind of nice because you can get to it a lot easier. You don't even need a lift. It's right there, easy to get to. It doesn't have really any pulleys in the front of the engine at all. Take a look. You look down in there between the frame and the engine. There's no main pulley, there's no alternator pulley, no idler pulley, not even a belt. Nothing. And just wait, guys, it gets even weirder. Let's take a look at the alternator and power steering pump. So underneath our intake You can see there's the alternator in the middle of the engine underneath the intake. It's not in the front of the engine or the back of the engine. It's in the middle. So the rest of the accessories are kind of in that area, very strange area. Let's go ahead and remove this top shield. There's the top of our 3.2 inline six. This is like a PCV chamber here. There's our timing chains and things. Looks like it's in the back of the engine, a vacuum pump. A little bit crusty from being, I think it came from the East Coast, Northeast area. I think Virginia is where it came from. So there's a little bit of corrosion, but not too bad. Those of you that live near the ocean are probably used to seeing things like that and say, yeah, it's no big deal. Why are you even mentioning it? But the thing is here in Kansas, especially in some of the desert states, you just don't see that. The corrosion is shocking. It's like, oh my God, this thing is so corroded. We just don't see that up here. But again, those of you who live by the ocean, it's pretty common. And with the condenser and radiator, everything's up front right under this steel header panel, and pretty much a lot of it can come out the front without taking a bunch of things apart and a huge teardown. So although the setup is really strange on this, it's an inline six with the accessories mounted at the rear and in the middle of the engine, and just a lot of things that's just not common. It's actually not that hard to work on. Luckily, we don't have any engine or transmission issues with this vehicle. It runs fine, it shifts and drives fine. Let's go ahead and have Mrs. Wizard show you guys around the interior.
There we have it, 147,260 miles, and wow, this doesn't look like the gauge cluster of yesterday's Volvos. This looks much more modern, but it's still very easy, very simple to read, and yeah, 70 degrees here in the shop. It's a nice day, at least here in the shop. As we look up, our dash is in good shape. We have, oh look, our Volvo has an easy button. Oh, lovely. Yeah, this came up after the power was on for a certain amount of time, just a couple of seconds, but that's kind of an interesting heads-up display there. But the dash is looking good. We have a nice bit of some wood-esque trim there above our glove box. We have a very small screen for our radio. We have lovely numpad right here. But okay, we have very standard HVAC system buttons there, and we have the nice creature comforts of the heated seat. Volvo is well known for that. We also have some more wood accents there by our gear selector. We have our cup holder there, and they have an ashtray there, but it does not smell like it's been smoked in. Look there, we have our very empty center console storage. Our seats are leather and they are looking very nice. A little bit of cracking going on, but nothing that has not, breaking or anything like that. Just normal wear from, being a 2011 Volvo. Very big headrest, definitely bigger and different than the ones we are used to seeing, but it looks like we also have speakers in them as well. What a nice addition that they have put in. The door card is looking nice, except maybe they need to do a little bit of cleaning there on that grill for that speaker, but otherwise everything is looking very nice. I like the steel accents on that door handle. As we get to our back seat, at least the first layer of back seat, because this is a third row vehicle and does have enough seating for 7 people. So looking very nice. I do have a sun shield right there, but if we look down, you'll see that the seats can adjust forward and backward, not just the one on the side, but the one in the center as well. So that definitely makes it a little bit more nice to be able to adjust how the setup is here in the car, where you're not just set with no leg room for just certain people. As you notice, the seat here behind the driver's seat is moved forward, so you could access that back area, but notice that the passenger side can move down as well. There is another seat in the back, it is laid down because they are accessing that back panel area, because there is an issue there that Daniel is addressing. Now that we're back at our steering wheel, we have our lovely Volvo emblem in the center there, and we have some very simple buttons on the side. Like how that's laid out, looking very simple and very easy to use, which is very classic for Volvo. So enough of this interior talk. Let's get this up in the air and see what it looks like on the underneath.
Hello, are you there, Mrs. Wizard?
I'm back here, dear. Yes, I haven't left you yet.
Let's take a look under this XC90. So in our radiator core support area, there's no leaks going on. We did have this panel off and checked, and there was no serious leaks going on there either. It's kind of hard to see. I wanted to show you guys the front of the engine, but you really can't see it very well. But there literally is no main pulley or nothing on it, where you would normally expect to see the accessories. Check out these brakes. They've got about 60 to 70% remaining. They're still good. It's a little bit crusty from being on the East Coast, but nothing that's out of ordinary. The strut is not leaking there. CV boots are good. And on this side, same thing. Brakes they got a lot of life left in them. Nothing leaking from the struts. CV boots are good. And sway bar link is good. Up here we have our drive shaft going to the rear. Everything appears to be good. We do see a little bit of rust on our exhaust, but to be expected from where it came from. Nothing so rusted that it's going to fall apart or anything. We do see a little bit of rusty crusty going on this little cross member here. All it's doing is just holding this little exhaust piece on, and it's still pretty solid, so it's not really worth doing anything with. Here we come back to our differential. It is a Haldex. Some people call it the Haldex. It's literally made by a company, Haldex. The rear differential has the ability to engage or disengage, so you can have front wheel drive or all wheel drive. Kind of save some fuel if you want to do front wheel drive only. As we get to the rear of the car, you do see a little bit more rust going on. But again, a lot of it's just surface rust. It looks worse than what it really is. Most of this has tons of life left in it. They're lucky they're not from the Northeast. A lot of this would be completely rotten out. It's actually very common up there for cars to be 15, 20 years old and completely unusable on the road anymore. This one still has some life left though. We'll check our brakes back here, which have like 70% remaining or more. Nothing leaking from the shocks. Sway bar links are fine. This rust you hear, it looks like it's about to break. It's not. That's just paint. That's just a paint coating is all that is. Sway bar link is good here. Brakes are 70% remaining. Shocks are not blown. Everything looks pretty good. Here we are at the spare tire. It's full of air and it has some surface rust on it, but nothing that's dangerous or out of the ordinary. I can tell they've probably put new exhaust on it sometime in the past. This looks like fairly new with the galvanized coating on it. But yeah, everything looks pretty good under here. Let's check the date codes on those tires. So these tires are completely at the absolute end of their life. Take a look. You see all kinds of cracks in it. The tread is almost worn down bald. Also, these are from the 15th week of 2018, so they are 7 years old. Tires generally last 5, 6, 7 years. And if they still have some good tread on them, I would still use them at 7 years. 10 years is no. But being that they're 7 years old, there's basically no tread left. Take a look at this front one, guys. You can see that one is completely worn down on the side there. Really, really bad. Let's get this thing on the ground. So the customer had an issue with the latch in the back that they would pull the handle to release the latch and the handle would not return. And they couldn't get it to close, and it seemed like something was really, really wrong. Luckily, it's not a huge deal. I'll show you what went bad. So this is our trim piece that has our release handle and tag lights. It actually goes up into here. But if you look down inside of here, you can see that the rod that goes through the handle is almost rusted in half. It's actually twisting it looks like the shape of a drill bit. It's so bad. And whenever you actuate this handle, instead of moving like it's supposed to, it's just twisting that rusty old piece of metal. I thought about just removing that piece of metal and putting a new piece in, and by the time I buy that, spend the labor doing it, I looked online, just happened to look on eBay. You can get one of these for as much money as fixing this one, probably even cheaper. It doesn't make sense to fix this, so this will likely be going in the trash. Also on the fuel fill door, it was just staying open all the time. It's because it had an issue with the spring. Let me show you that. So it was staying open like this and it wouldn't close. And what Danielson found is there was a screw here that was missing that's supposed to hold that spring down so that it can do its job. So we put a new screw in. Works great.
Okay, Wizard. So you're fixing the back gate and you fixed the gas filler door. It needs new tires. What else is going to make it $3,000?
Well, the first thing the customer asked us to do a refinish job on the headlights. Unfortunately, those are messed up even on the inside. There's clouding and cracking, and the customer said if you can't do a good refinish job on it, he said I'd like to get a quote to get them replaced. The complete set of headlamps is like $300 or $400 on eBay. He said do it, put new ones on. The tires, the customer's going to be bringing us the tires, but obviously he's probably not getting those for $50. They're probably going to cost $600 or $800. He's going to bring the tires. We'll take it to our local tire shop and have them put on for him because he is out of city. He lives quite a ways away. He wants the brake fluid flush, the coolant flush, the power steering flush. He wants differential flush. A lot of fluid surfaces to be caught up on it. Also fixing the tailgate, fixing the fuel filler door, and just a bunch of little work like that, going through and getting everything taken care of. Also the washer nozzle cover on top. Those services, fluid services, usually run $200 to $300 per fluid. And the tires, it all adds up really fast. I want to tell you guys something. Every single time I have bought a European car, I spend the next 30 days and about $2,000 getting everything caught up to where it's cherry and ready to rock. It has never failed to be true. So if you're looking at any of these European SUVs out there, be ready, be prepared. Within the first 30 days, you will probably be spending at least $2,000, possibly as much as $5,000, going through the whole thing and getting it safe and ready to drive and reliable so you can start enjoying it. One thing I want to tell you as well with any of these European SUVs, Range Rovers, BMWs, Volvos, Jaguar SUVs, the cheaper the price that you find it on Marketplace or a dealer lot or wherever you find it, I guarantee you the more you're going to have to put into it. It can turn into $5,000, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000. There's a lot of Jaguars out there that are for sale for $1,500 and it's going to cost $8,000 to get it fixed up. Trust me guys, we've been through this. We have customers bring us Jaguars and BMWs and stuff all the time. I got a great deal on this. I got it for $1,000. And then we go through and list everything that's wrong and it's over $5,000, even much as $10,000 to fix it. And they're like, oh my God, I wish I would have known this before I bought it. Keep that in mind, guys. Just because it's cheap, you say, oh, I'll throw a few parts on it, I'll be good. No, you won't. You probably won't. I'm here to tell you guys the honest truth. Now that total price, whatever it's going to be to get your vehicle sorted out, you can cut that in half by you doing the work yourself. Yes, you can, if you're capable. And you actually could come out ahead. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that ability, or they're not interested in it. So they have to pawn it off to a shop to get it done, and that's where the price can really escalate. Luckily with this customer, they knew what they were getting into when they bought it. They knew full well ahead of time, I'm going to have to sink some money into this car to get it sorted out and get it ready for my wife to drive it. And I'm very, very happy about that, because when we gave him the estimate, he said, do it. Do it all. I already knew I was going to have to spend this money. I'm not even scared about it. So if you have the right frame of mind, you can really get some enjoyment. These SUVs are so much more enjoyable to drive than your common Ford Escape or Expedition or Chevy Blazer or something. They just cost a lot more money to repair them. One thing to keep in mind when you do look at one of these is ask to see the service records. Because one of the faults of these vehicles that people own them when they first buy them is they don't service crap. They don't do nothing. They drive it to about 80, 90, 100,000 miles. They take it to the dealer, hand him the keys and say, I'm done. Where's the next vehicle? Make sure that's been taken care of, because if not, you get to get those caught up yourself. We did visit with the customer about a transmission service and did tell them with almost 150,000 miles, we would not be interested in servicing it, especially with the reputation that the early years of these XC90s had. And let me show you what that reputation is. Replace automatic transmission, replace transmission. Guys, these things for a while were dropping like flies. Luckily this one shifts fine, drives fine, but we did say based on that history of the transmission in this vehicle, we definitely are not going to be servicing the transmission. I think it's got quite a bit of life left in it. It shifts fine and does fine. The fluid's nice and red. It's not burned or anything. Now, just because a vehicle has a reputation of lots of failures doesn't mean all of them will fail. But it increases the chances that you could get burned. So keep that in mind when you're researching a vehicle, especially if you're looking at a 04, 05 XC90, expect that it's possibly got transmission issues. So did this customer do good on this buy? No, but they didn't do bad either. I'm not sure what the purchase price was, but by the time they get everything repaired, they're not going to save money. They're not going to get a smoking deal. Just like Hoovy likes to buy hoopties and try to fix a few things and make a home run, score a home run, smoking hot deal. That wasn't the name of the game here. That wasn't the attempt here. It was just to get a good deal on an XC90, get it sorted out, and enjoy it for what it is. And if you have that frame of mind again, you can really enjoy these European SUVs. If you're curious what kind of tools we're going to use to work on this XC90 or any other car in the shop, check our Amazon affiliates link in the description below. A lot of the tools we use in the shop every day are listed for sale there. Great holiday gift ideas. And if you purchase anything, we get a small cut and really appreciate it. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button here because there's so many more good videos to come. Thanks for watching.